Hello, welcome back to a sim racing experience. My name's Jose and I'm a sim racer here in Miami. This morning I made a post on Reddit talking about how I have turned this project, this whole sim racing mental health project, into a full-time thing. And with that being said, what I wanted to be able to do is take the time that I have now to be able to put into creating content and help as many people as I can. And with that, I want to basically use other platforms to, I guess, have people that have any kind of question, whether it's sim racing or mental health or anything. You know, now that I have the time to be able to put the research in and create the content, I want to be able to put the time in to do all the research and create all of the content. And I want to be able to do that for specific people. I want people to, you know, be able to reach out and have a question and then not end up with a very simple response. I want them to feel that they're getting a substantial response, something that they could use and something that somebody else could potentially use. So this morning, somebody had mentioned the entire idea of, you know, keeping up with your responsibilities and the idea of how easy it is to get on the sim and completely lose yourself, you know, trying to find you know, a specific lap time or just trying to understand a track better. And, you know, talking to this person today, you know, we have a lot of things in common, and it was just a really cool conversation. So Mike, if you're watching this, I really do appreciate your time, man. That was really cool. You know, what Mike had asked me about was, you know, kind of, I guess, managing responsibilities outside of the sim. So in my case, what I want to, you know, make clear is that I do spend a lot of time on the sim now, especially that I make content for it. And it's not that I'm here, you know, playing my pretend car. When I started this channel, at first it was just trying to basically put races out and just kind of show the rig and just kind of just do something cool that would be something cool for me. And then when I started realizing how the whole mental health aspect was affecting my my whole sim racing experience and vice versa, that's when I started realizing that this is a tool for me now. And I've said it a million times, and I'll continue to share that. It's a tool for me, and it's now become a tool that I want to share with everybody. And that's why it's almost a responsibility for me, I feel, to be able to continue to put out content, because I feel that the content's doing well, and I feel that it's starting to reach people. And which is ultimately what I wanted to do, was help as many people as I can. And if this is a platform where it's going to work on, then I'm very happy that I can do it, because now with, you know, the resources that I have, I can put out content that looks beautiful, but not just that it looks beautiful, you know, it's content that I'm extremely proud of. So that's how I manage that whole kind of responsibility outside of the sim. When it comes to understanding responsibilities outside of the sim, I fully understand that in order for me to continue to do this, also, let me be very clear, I have the support of an amazing family, and if it wasn't for them, I certainly wouldn't be able to do any of this. If I was out on my own, I wouldn't be able to afford any of this. I wouldn't be able to afford any of this gear, and definitely wouldn't have been able to afford to be able to continue to put the time into creating all of this content. So for me, when I'm in the sim, I understand that I also have my first business, my food photography business, and I know that that needs all of the time and effort and attention that I can give it, so that that continues to support what I'm doing over here. So while I think the sim is an amazing tool, you know, to strengthen my mental health, to disconnect, and it can be a tool for, you know, for any kind of just relaxation or any kind of disconnect, or however anybody wants to use it. I mean, it's definitely up to anybody and up to their discretion to get whatever they want out of their sim. And it's important that if you're going to use the sim as something to get into a zone, I do believe that it's easy to lose yourself in there. And just my only recommendation is just to you know, be aware of the reality of what's happening. And my best recommendation, it's all depending on on what you want out of the sim. But you know, if you're like me and if you want to get the most out of the sim, then you know, figure out a plan and figure it out in your mind and kind of figure out a structure of how it works. I usually do my race. I'll do a race, you know, first thing in the morning. I'll have a coffee and then I'll jump into a race. Depending on how my day looks, I'll try to film as much content as I can in the morning. Try to have lunch at the same exact time every single day. But from there, I do try to have a structure to that, so that it's not that I'm jumping on the sim at all hours and doing all kinds of crazy things at all hours. There are days where, of course, you know, in a creative mindset, it does happen, and sometimes at the most random hours, the most creative ideas can come to life, and sometimes I just want to jump in and do what I have to do. But it's also a big thing, and I'm glad Mike mentioned it, because I never had given it really any kind of a thought until he mentioned it about being aware of responsibilities outside of life. And while I am aware of that now, knowing and kind of putting it out there and discussing it, I feel like I'm going to be even more aware and just pay a little bit more attention. And I hope that all of that, there's somehow something in there that I could use to strengthen my mental health a little bit more. So Mike, once again, thank you, man. I'll talk to you soon, and I will see all of you guys later. See you in the next one.